Shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahawah. Barakatah Yahawah. Barakatah Yahawah. Barakatah Yahawah. Shalom, Yashal. Hey y'all, this is gonna be a good one, man. I've been working on this one for a while. Been wanting to do this one for a while. This is gonna be, we deal with genealogy, history, scripture, and so this is gonna be the Tower of Babel. And what I'm gonna try to do here is, I have been able, through study, through faith, through meditating on precepts, I've been able to see who Cush, who the Cushites are in the Tower of Babel, and I'm going to show you this. So let's go ahead. Let's start off. I'm going to be using 3 books. Try to use this YAHAWAH, of course. I'm going to be using the 2 Babylons, and I'm going to be using the book of Jasher. Phone been acting crazy, so I'm going to put the phone down. Y'all just be patient. If you got your YAHAWAH, please go to Genesis, the 11th chapter, starting at verse number 1. The whole earth was of one language and one common purpose. And it came to pass, when they migrated from the east, they found the valley in the land of Shinar and settled there. They said to one another, "Come, let us make bricks and burn them in fire." And the bricks served them as stone, and the bulletmen served them as mortar. And they said, "Come, let us build a city and a tower with its top in heaven, and let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be dispersed across the whole earth." Verse number 5. Yahawah descended Yahawah descended to look at the city and tower which the sons of man built. And Yahawah said, "Behold, they are one people with one language. For all this they began to do. And now should it not be withheld from them all they propose to do? Come, let us descend and confuse their language, that they should not understand one another's language." And Yahawah dispersed them from over the face of the whole earth, and they stopped building the city. All right. So this is the story, the Tower of Babel. We've all familiar with it. So now we're gonna let's take a deeper look into this, right? So now what we're gonna do is, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get some genealogy. So we're gonna go to Genesis the 10th chapter, and we're gonna go to Genesis 10 and 6. The sons of Ham, Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush, Sabi, Havilah, Sabath, Ramah, and Sabachthah. The sons of Ramah, Sheba, and Dedan. Let's keep these, Genesis 10 and 7. Let's keep that close to your heart, because that's going to become important. All right, so what we're going to do here, and we're going to reveal who these people are. How we're going to do that? We're going to start with this book right here, 2 Babylons. Now, it's going to say something that's real interesting. So first, let's go ahead and let's look at it for what it says right here. It says, Hindu mythology, which is admitted to be essentially Babylonian. So Hindu mythology is Babylonian. Let's go ahead and let's make that clear according to this chart. All right, I'm going to show you something else. Let me get back to this, because this, I was like, wow. So that's Jeremiah. Okay, so that's Jeremiah. All right, so let's come over here. And remember, we're in Genesis 10, verse number 7. Now, we're just going to, according to this book, look at what this author says. He says, "Now we find such language applied to Brahm is one of the blank, blah, 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 blah." But he's talking about Brahma. So he says, the great Brahm, I'm not going to read this all, Brahm, the supreme Brahm, and the connections to Ram. So these are the same word, Brahm and Ram, which is Brahma. All right. Now, Brahma, so-called, has a son. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to look at Genesis 10 and 7, and it says, the sons of Cush, Sheba, Havilah, Sabbatha, Ramah. Now remember, that name, Ram, we know Hebrew etymology. You cannot change etymology. Let's keep that in mind. Ram, the son, the sons of Rama, Sheba, and now look at that. The sons of Ramah and Sheba. Now let's do a wordplay thing, y'all. We know in the YAHAWAH that what they're doing now is that the B and the V sound. So take a look. According to this book, we're showing you who the children of Cush are. Ram is Brahma and Sheba is Shiva. Now watch this. Look what I've got here on this video. It says, once upon a time, a saint asked this question to Lord Shiva. Who is your father? Lord Shiva replied that Brahma is his father. So Brahma, just like it says, the sons of Ramah, Sheba. Remember, they do a wordplay with the B and the V. All right? So we're done with those two books. So I know a lot of people like you bugging. So let me make this clear. I'm not telling you to throw wise Hinduism. What I'm telling you is that in the genealogy chart of Ham, Cush son, that is Brahma, Sheba. And I know people like, well, their sons wasn't gods. No, they wouldn't. But I want to show you something. We're going to go into the book of Jasher now. So this is going to be the book of Jasher, starting chapter 9. And I'm going to start verse number 6. And it says, I'm going to start in the middle of verse number 6, the second part of it. And it says, all the sons of the earth in those days greatly transgressed against YAHAWAH, and they rebelled against him, and they served other gods, and they forgot YAHAWAH, who created them in the earth and in its inhabitants of the earth. There you go. The inhabitants of the earth made unto themselves at that time every man his god, gods of wood and stone, which can neither speak, hear, nor deliver. And the sons of men served them, and they became their gods. So we're going to go over, look right here. In the construction of the Tower of Babel, Cush is present. So now we can do a process of elimination. Now let's look at the curses. This is book of Jasher, chapter 9, verse 35. And the Lord smote the 3 divisions that were there, and he punished them according to their works and their designs. Those who said, we will ascend into heaven and serve our gods, became like apes and elephants. Apes and elephants, black and white color. Let's stop right there. All right. Those who did that became like apes and elephants. Salakia. Now I want y'all to see this. I've been tracking this down. So I'm going to put this on my TV screen. So I want y'all to see this. So first thing first, we got to walk through a little bit of their madness to get this understanding. So first thing we're going to do, when we go into India, just like the book of Jasher said, when we go into India, One of the curses is what? To be like apes and elephants. But the key is like apes and elephants. It's not saying apes and elephants, it's saying like. So when we look, India has a god, a so-called god, that's an ape man. All right. And also in India, they worship a god, so-called, a so-called power. They worship a power that is a man with an elephant's face. So I know people taking that for granted. Book of Jasher, chapter 9, verse 35. I'm going to start highlighting. We will ascend into heaven and serve our gods, became like apes and elephants. Apes and elephants, right? So this is, now let's take a look at modern day India today. What do you see? Look at that boy's face. Remember, these are curses from YAHAWAH. And what does it say right there? Boy with a hairy tail worshipped as a god in India. Ain't that something? This boy has a tail. This is India, right? Apes. This is going to be the apes, the hairy face and the tail. Apes and elephants. Y'all think curses from YAHAWAH ain't real. You see that? What they look like? That's India, y'all. That's India. Also, people think YAHAWAH curses ain't real. He said he turned them like apes and elephants. This is in India. Look at this condition. All of these people have this elephant man condition. Right here in India. And let's go back to that top one. Because that one, I'm sorry, let's go back to that one. Because, boy, that one bear witness. There you go, right there. Boy, that one bear witness to it all. I want y'all to see this. This ain't no hoax. That's a person. You think it's a joke? No, these are called curses from YAHAWAH. Salakia for my hand shaking. Y'all just bear with me. You can see where you can look that up at, too.
Ganesh Giri. Naga Baba Ganesh Giri. Naga Baba.
You think them curses from YAHAWAH ain't real? Look at that man's face. He looks like an elephant. We can start. Salakia. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the YAHAWAH, and I want to grab a scripture, and we're gonna end this because I don't want this to be long and drawn out. I want you to get the direct message. We're gonna get a scripture to end this. It's gonna be the book of Yeshaya. That's gonna be Isaiah 45. and 7. Isaiah 45 and 7. I am the one who forms light and creates darkness, who makes peace and creates evil. I, YAHAWAH, make all of these. I, YAHAWAH, do all of these things. What more we need to show y'all? You seen them dudes' faces? One last time. Book of Jasher, Salakia. Book of Jasher, chapter 9, verse 35. We will ascend into heaven and serve our gods. Those who said we will ascend into heaven and serve our gods became like apes and elephants, black and white colored. And so we know now that that was The family of Cush.
Ganesh Gadi. Naga Baba. Son.
Apes and elephants. The curses from Yahawah are real.
Yes, brother. Brother,
With that, I want to say all praises to Yahawah.
my friend.
Barakatah Yahawah. Barakatah Yahawah. Barakatah Yahawah Kodash. Shalom and peace to all the Akim. Anybody who comes through and see this, get deeper into your word. All praises to Yahawah. Until then, Shalom.